Hello and welcome back to the Midwest Bus.
Hello.
We are collecting ourselves here. My postpartum regrowth has been ridiculous.
And she's curly.
Yeah, and it's just like all up here. I use the clear mascara to like button it down. I need to get one of those like wax sticks.
I know. I like the wax stick, but my only problem with it is I sometimes think it makes my hair greasy. Like if say you like chose to have a slick back look one day and then the next day you didn't.
Yeah,
there's like that residual grease wax still in your hair and it just looks dirty.
So I'm trying to hold off washing my hair until tomorrow, and that's why I'm having the look. So that's when I would use it. It's probably like on, before hair
Yes.
day.
I was up at 6 a.m. coughing mucus out of my body. Very attractive, I know. So in that time, since I could not be laying or I would die, I woke up and oiled my hair for like half an hour. I was just like sitting there with like my little head massager.
Nice.
And then I took a shower and continued to cough.
Your hair looks really shiny. Nice.
Very clean. No oils here.
Have you seen those things where they do they scan your scalp or like gets really
I've
close
seen
to your
them,
scalp
yeah.
and they look and see if like it's healthy? Those terrify me. I don't want to know.
It's
what
like kind of creepy, but like kind of cool.
Yeah.
Brooke the other day told me my hair looked thick, and I was like, "You're just trying to make me feel good."
I think it does look thick.
I think it's gotten, I will say, as much as I don't want to admit it, it's gotten healthier since I haven't been doing the blonde. Like, I know she put like some blonde in here.
Yeah.
But
not like at the roots.
I think what I'm going to do, my plan is just like let her grow out for a while. I'm hoping the sun will naturally kind of bleach it a little bit this summer and see where we end up like this fall.
Yeah.
That's my game plan.
Good plan.
Yes. So when this episode comes out, I will be in the air headed to New York.
Not the city, the state.
Yes, the state. I am doing a workshop, which very excited. I'm going as an attendee. I should rephrase that. That's basically what we just wanted to talk about. I feel like we did a recap episode of like Floral and Fedora.
But we didn't talk about why we do workshops.
Like our why behind them, why we think they're good for people, creatives.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to the Heart and Hustle is doing a workshop in upstate New York. It's called Lundy Farms. If you guys want to go creep it out, I'm sure I'll be like tagging. I'm sure I'll be posting stuff while I'm there. Yeah. But if you go onto Instagram, it's called Lundy Farms, and it's so cute. You'll have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the venue we're staying at, and all the shoots will be at. And then the Heart and Hustle is a basically like education business that's hosted or like owned by Evie Rupp what's her married name now? McLeod or something, and then Lindsay Roman. And they both were or are still like photographers who started this company and then now have like really been doing a lot of education over the years. So they have like a podcast, they have these workshops that they do, they have conferences that they host that's just like all education. And then they what else do they? I think they just have like resources like on their website. Like they have like posing guides and like contracts and just like basically help for photographers.
They have like filters or what are those called?
Presets. Yeah. But yeah, all the things. They're amazing photographers themselves, but they were just like, we just want to get into the education side of things. And they've done an amazing job with it. So yes, I've never been to one of theirs before. I've listened to their podcast for years, and I'm really excited to be going. I feel like part of the reason that's why we started Floral and Fedora, because we were like, they're so cute. Look at they're like doing all these fun things. Like we should do that.
They were a little bit of the inspiration, especially on JaCee's end.
Yes, I really like them. They just have like fun personalities. Did I send you one the other day of theirs about Instagram?
Yeah, one of their podcasts. I haven't listened
to
it yet.
Okay. They were talking about like what's in and out for Instagram in 2024. And remember how the other day you sent me a reel, I believe it was, which we'll get into this. It was about Florida. And it said comment something if you want a like explorer guide.
And they'll send it to you and it automatically sends to you or whatever.
So that's like they were like that's so in for Instagram this year. Like it's basically an automatic thing that you can have set up that if anyone like DMs you or comments that keyword it'll just automatically send them stuff. And I was like, that is so genius. Like, that's so helpful. If you were trying to like really get out, like, I don't know, like a promo or like a...
You're wanting to share a link. Like a lot of the times I see when
like
it's like
influencer,
and I'll send it and they'll send it. And so then they're making affiliate money off of that link and it's just being easily sent out because it's automated.
Yeah. Anyway, that was on there. You should listen to it. It's a good episode.
It's to listen to on podcast.
Yeah. But no, I just think as like a creative who has hosted workshops and who has gone to workshops, they are so, I was just talking to my intern about this, like getting good content to share that like shows what you are capable of shooting and like inspiring people and showing people like what your style is, what everything is about it. Like just the shoots alone are so valuable. But then like the friendships that you gain in the community,
outside of just your actual literally own community.
Yes. Like I think you and I originally, I feel like got close because of like our jobs.
Yeah.
And it's like, it can be kind of lonely as a creative because you don't have coworkers. You don't have people that you work with every day. Like, yes, I do have like clients and I do go out and about with my clients a lot or like weddings are very...
You're never going to work with another photographer when you're shooting a wedding. You work with videographers, but I'll never work with another videographer. And then like we're only working with one other, and so it's cool to do that. Like
I always feel like you'll be like, oh, I worked with so and so last weekend, and I'll be like, oh, that's so fun. I wish I could spend time with them. Like, and just because I feel like you can learn so much from others, and like iron sharpening iron, like two creatives that really, or a group of creatives that love their jobs, but like just need some community and like, hey, like tax season was rough. Like, how do you handle this? Or, you know, I had a client that was really difficult because of XYZ. Like, how would you have handled it?
Right. And it's like you getting to be with people who are just starting out and who have been doing it for 10 plus years. So you have a range of experience.
And I think, there's so much value like on both sides. My intern and I just today, we were doing, because she's been interning with me since January, beginning of the year. So, gosh, almost 5 months. And she just had like a big list of things to ask me. And some of it I think is stuff she'd like picked up on just with interning with me, but then some of the stuff she was asking, I was like, this is good stuff. And it's like, I love that I can help her with some of that and just like be like one of her questions was like, what was your biggest mistake? Or what do you wish you would have done differently in your business? And at like this workshop, there's going to be a bunch of, I think I was reading them to you, but there's going to be a bunch of different like education talks talking about like social media, talking about marketing, talking about, what were some of the other ones? I know one was like communication.
Yeah. There's that one that you didn't know what it meant.
Oh yeah, it was like a code. I still think it means something. I don't know.
I can't remember.
But
I can't remember anything.
I just think they're so great. And they're like, you just get that time to just kind of recharge. I typically will go to workshops or like content days, whatever you want to call them. They're called so many different things. We've called them shootouts when we just do like one day ones. But just to like relax, especially the ones where I've gone, like when I went to Palm Springs for that one, or like when I went to like northern Minnesota, just to be able to like relax, like hang out with some fun people.
No pressure on the shoot.
Yeah, like if you get great photos, great. If you quote missed a shot, no one was paying you for that shot. Like you're not out anything, you know? And it's like just that no pressure. It lets you be so creative. It lets you try things that maybe you'd be nervous to try with a paid client because you're like, oh, what if I do this and it looks terrible? And then they're like, why did we do all that if you didn't even give us any photos?
Yeah.
So I think that is so good. I feel like doing them either like right before busy season or at the end of busy season is always so nice because sometimes I feel like you can do them before you go into busy season. Your editing list is like 0 right now. You can go in, get like some really great photos and then use those. Yeah, get inspired. Use those throughout the year for content. If you want to do a quick website update going into busy season, like freshen up some of that stuff. one thing that like most workshops, especially if you're there for an amount of days, they'll always have time for like headshots and like branding photos, which I think is really fun because typically it's like you're going, you know, one of the other attendees, you're like, hey, do you want to just like swap headshots? And like either you'll take their camera or take one of their cards, take each other's kind of like branding photos, headshot stuff. And then it's like, and then you have some really fresh new photos going into your busy season. And I think that is a lot of value because obviously you can pay a lot of money for headshots. Yeah. Like a true branding session, very expensive. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. We are tossing out, we haven't talked about it on the podcast, have we?
No, I don't think so.
I feel like if you follow me or Olivia on our business accounts, we've been tossing out the idea of hosting a workshop in Florida.
Yes.
In November.
Over which voting time.
Someone pointed out to me, they were like, oh, that's over election, and I was like, clearly not a political girly because I was not concerned about that. But I was like, if anyone is very really political voting, you don't have to come. You can vote early, or you can come and choose to not talk about politics while we're there.
You should vote, but
yes, please vote. We just don't want to talk to
we just don't talk to us about it.
There's like, I feel like you can have very productive political conversations with people, but sometimes I'm like, I feel like it's just pointless. Like if two people don't believe the same thing, just like don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Anywho, we think it'd be really fun to do one in Florida, and we found this house that we just love. It's beautiful. It's on the beach.
Yeah. It's basically would be like a vacation workshop. I mean, that's kind of what like you were saying.
Yeah, like a retreat. It's like a getaway.
But you get to write it off because you are doing work while you're there. You're refining your skills.
Best part of any workshop, it's a write-off. You can deduct it from your income. I mean, obviously you're gaining a lot of things in spending that money, but it is kind of like a mini free vacation. Like I've never been to New York, and now I get to go there for work. Like
Yeah, I do like it. I think it's really cool that, well, if you're just starting out, a workshop is a great idea because, one, like I said, the range of experienced people that you'll get to interact with, you're making connections, so you're building, like, your pool of whatever. Yeah. Which I think one of the local photographers here has grown so much because of, like, she's been going to a lot of workshops recently. Yeah. And then just, like, you get to build up your portfolio if you don't have anything, if you're just starting out.
It can make your website look so good. And I get that you have to be a realist, but like when it comes to your website, like you should wow people. When they pull up your website, they should be like, wow, I want her or him to take my photo or to take my video. And so it's like, it might not be the everyday client that you're drawing in that's going to be getting married in upstate New York at a mansion.
Right.
But it's going to look cool on your website.
Yeah.
Or just on your social media. And people are going to be like, dang, if she's capable of doing that, imagine what she can make this venue look like.
Yeah. Exactly. Plus, I just like workshops for like, I mean, we live in South Dakota. Sometimes people aren't very brave with their weddings, or they have like a set thing. You know, it's their one day. They don't want it to be anything crazy. But you get to shoot those kind of fun, more unique style. Yeah.
And I think that obviously in the Midwest, it takes a while for trends to get here.
Not saying that the weddings we shoot aren't beautiful. They are.
No, it's just that like the things that maybe are happening in California this summer might not get here till next summer, style wise. Right. And that's just with fashion, everything. Yeah. But no, I think Florida would be so fun just to have like a bunch of like girls, ladies, friends that just like all come together. We stay in this massive beach house, eat some amazing food. We will have some great setups. I've already started the Pinterest board. It's really good, you guys.
JaCee loves a good Pinterest board. Any excuse to create a board, she loves.
Any excuse. I practically almost started one for Grant's birthday now. But I think it would just be really fun, and it might not be as heavy on the education as some workshops that go on, but I think that it could just be a great time to have be in a warmer place.
Yep.
and a beautiful place. The beaches in that area are fantastic.
So, yeah.
Jen was just in Destin, just with her husband for like a week.
I did see that on
And she was like, I've been to a lot of beaches. And she's like, that was the most beautiful
White
beach that I have
sands,
been on.
Clear water, like so blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to go look and see where she was comparatively to where we were when we went to Destin.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We were just outside of Destin.
And she was... Oh, she told me what beach. I'd have to go look. But yeah, I think that there's so much value in them on all the levels.
Yes.
And it's a write-off, and they're really fun. And you'll have FOMO if you don't come.
Yeah.
We haven't like officially like booked the house or like decided. Obviously, November's still a ways off.
We're putting feelers out to see if people would actually.
I feel like the feelers have been pretty positive.
Yeah.
I, the eternal optimist, have faith that it would just be amazing.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I'm not in my busy season right now.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh man, I could just see me in like September and we're like 2 months out and I'm like,
yeah,
send help. I'm paying a planner.
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like it'll happen. If not, it might be like something like more next spring.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do something.
Yeah, we're definitely
going to
do an actual retreat because we've always just done like one day.
Yes.
Things, and I think it would be fun to do like a retreat and just really build up a like little Flora and Fedora community.
Yes. I think it would be amazing. Just because who doesn't want to go have a fun girls' week at the beach and take amazing photos and have beautiful models?
Yeah. And just like, we might not, like JaCee said, do a lot of education, but there's going to be a lot of like.
We can have a pick like, JaCee and Olivia's brain session.
Mostly JaCee's. But yes.
After doing my Q&A with Violet, I was like, I am the worst off going off like tangents. Like she asked one question and it's like 20 minutes later and I'm down here talking about something completely different. And so when she was going on her list, she was like, well, you kind of already answered this one. I was like, see?
You're like, I knew you were going to ask that later.
I was just ahead of time. It was fully covering everything.
Yeah, just connected.
But yes, so basically that was what we wanted to talk about today.
Yes.
Short and sweet. Follow my photography page on Instagram and you can see what Lundy Farms looks like.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
And if you are a photographer or videographer that is interested in us doing a Floral and Fedora in November, go follow us on Instagram, Floral and Fedora Workshop, and send us a DM and say, you should do it. I'll even give you a little discount if you DM me right now.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Get on it. Maybe. We'll see.
No, I will. I'll stand on that.
Yeah. And if you think that we should do it at different dates, like that would be
That's
easier
true.
For you or whatever, let us know. Give us all your opinions on that in the Floral and Fedora.
What were the dates? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Something through the 4th through the 8th.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it'll be over my birthday, you guys. Who would not want to spend my birthday with me?
Party up for 32.
Yes. The theme can be for that night. Actually, that's the last day, so everyone would be leaving.
Yeah.
I'll be like, if you want to spend an extra night. Yeah, or I'm going to be like, the theme's going to be like, I'm feeling 32. Okay. Anyways. It'll be a good time if we do it. Regardless, I'll be celebrating my birthday now. Okay. Go leave us some reviews, thoughts, DMs, anything you want.
Yes.
About the workshop that we will possibly be doing.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, if you haven't done a workshop, just ask all the questions.
Yeah. I actually have never done a workshop outside of the ones that we put on.
That's true. You've just hosted them. That's a good question.
Because I know you did like that senior one in Florida.
Oh, yeah. That was like a very heavy education one.
That was like a conference kind of
thing,
that
was a conference. So I did that one. I did the one in Palm Springs, which I ended up going twice because of COVID.
Oh.
I did the one in Minnesota. I've done 2 in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And now this one. I'm doing Ashland's.
Right.
I feel like and not that you always have to do them, but I just feel like as a creative, it's so good. Even if it's just like a day one, like how we've done, so good just to like get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
And even if it's just to like talk to other people about like, oh, what have you been seeing in wedding trends? Or maybe it's not even a wedding workshop. I mean, there's maternity workshops. I know like Emily went to some really cool like family ones.
Yeah.
There's so many different I mean, there are like the big conference ones that I went to. It was called like Sync. And that was like heavy like senior education. That's all it was geared towards. There was a few shootouts, but it was mostly just watching this one photographer shoot, and then you got to work with the models a little bit yourself. So cool. That was a really fun one to go to.
Nice.
But yeah, I just think that within photography, videography, the community, the like that world, it can, not that it can get lonely, but it can get kind of closed off, and it's just so good to like be around other people. And then like I still have friends, like there was that one girl I met at a workshop, and then her and I ended up going to like an Ian Munsick concert together. Right. Mm-hmm. Like we still like we'll send each other messages and chat back and forth. Or she'll be like, "Oh, I saw that wedding you did. That was fun." Like it's just fun to have that. I don't know. I'm a very social person though, but even you introverts need to get out and do things. Yes. So it's agreed. Good. Well, guys, we hope you have a great day. If you are not a photographer and you're listening to this, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening anyway. We love you.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye. Bye.